was 6 feet tall. And when it stood up, this huge creature measured 11 feet. Even amongst other monsters, it stood out.
A short-faced bear is quite a bit larger, 2 to 3 times the size of a grizzly bear we'd see today. And the question always is why? Why such large size? Why did this bear evolve to be such a giant?
Scientists theorize that the size of this bear made it a fearless hunter, able to kill very large prey unavailable to other predators. One such prey animal was the Jefferson ground sloth, an herbivore that weighed in at 2,000 pounds. Although slow-moving, its massive size was protection against smaller predators like the saber-toothed cat or dire wolf. Like today's elephants on the African plains, the sloth's massive size made it difficult to kill. If a sloth was attacked by a short-faced bear, it would use its best defense: sheer bulk.
You can visualize the sloth rising up on its hind legs to make itself appear bigger and more impressive to chase off a predator.
The sloth outweighed the bear by more than 800 pounds. But once the bear stood up, they were nearly the same height.
I could see these two animals rearing up, and you would have like a boxing match where they're both up there, they're swinging at each other.
In terms of weaponry, this bear had a pretty amazing arsenal. Imagine the reach of these long legs and sharp claws. It would be like a boxer standing up with a super long reach.
According to Greg McDonald, the sloth's best defense was to inflict damage with its long, sharp claws. The bear might be able to immobilize its prey by either slashing open their abdominal area or by crushing the sloth's shoulder with his powerful bite.
When you think of how powerful its jaw was, it would have created a lot of force that could certainly, if it got a hold of an animal's limb, would break it very quickly with the jaw muscles.
With his shoulder broken, the sloth would be defenseless. When comparing the short-faced bear's gait to the grizzly, calculations show that the short-faced bear was slightly faster, reaching a top speed of 32 miles per hour. But the grizzly could accelerate from 0 to 30 much quicker. This put the short-faced bear at a huge disadvantage when it came to hunting. If it was a super predator like the isotope tests showed, it would have to catch prey using bursts of speed, like a lion. But the bear's bone structure wasn't designed for that. It became clear that the bear couldn't chase down its kill because its long legs were not suited to make sharp turns at high speeds.
We're standing in front of a reconstruction of an adult giant short-faced bear. And the main thing that stands out are these super long legs that are also very skinny. For an animal this size, these bones are very gracile or thin. Their diameter is not proportioned to their length for an animal that is incurring all the dynamic stresses and strains of fast running.
Yet we know this bear apparently caught and ate just about everything. But its long leg bones were not strong enough to handle the dynamic force of the bear's 1,200-pound weight. Using a modern-day leg bone, Dr. Matthews illustrates why it couldn't maneuver in for the kill.
This is a tibia from a large mammal, and I'm going to demonstrate the effect of dynamic stress on it. This is a 5-pound bag of sand, and you can see that the bone is able to support the weight of that bag all on its own. But watch what happens when we put the weight in motion, which is the effect of an animal running. So what happens with 5 pounds of weight when it's in motion is it becomes something more like 100 pounds of weight, and this bone isn't strong enough to handle that weight.
This simulates the effect on a bone when it slams into the ground during a high-speed chase. The short-faced bear could only chase an animal like a horse in a straight line. If the horse made a sharp turn and the bear followed, it could break its leg.
So when you start to piece together bits of evidence like this, you start to see a different picture of this animal. What you see is an animal that's very large, it's very lanky, that can travel at moderate speeds for a long time.
Dr. Matthews believes he has solved this ancient mystery. The short-faced bear